Welcome to Find You Fridays. Hope you're doing well. Got all this lovely background stuff to get going, get moving. Alrighty, let's hope everything is rock and rolling over on Facebook land now because things are going weird. All right, that's a good start, I think. Yes, awesome. Now let's jump over here. Cool. Things are moving along nicely. I love it. Sometimes things just get a little bit crazy out there. We're out of Mercury retrograde now, so there's no jolly excuse for things popping up and doing strange things. But there we go. All right, that's now all good. Cool. We are a little, there we go, beautiful. Little fuzzy to start off with, and now we're up, we're rolling. Okay, let's go that one, and here we go. Showing, hello nurse. Righty-ho. Fabulous. Hope you're all doing well. What is the date today? Today is the 24th. 24th of the 7th, 26. Let's see. Cards for the week. For the weekly reading for everybody. What card deck are we going to choose today? I wonder. Ooh, Australia, where are you? I'm in Australia too. I'm in South Australia, to be honest, to be fair. Oh, that's right. I didn't go wide. I went tall. That's better. South Australia, whereabouts are you, my dear? Victoria? Okay, here we go. Beautiful. Okay. Ooh, okay. Perth. Kia ora to Perth. That's better. Hope you're doing well over there. What's the weather like in Perth today? It's been kind of weird today. It was sort of sunny, and because I'm in Adelaide, so it was sunny, and then it was a little bit drizzly, and then it was sunny again, and then it was just cold. So, hi, Melinda. Yay. Hi, Tamara. I'm glad to hear, Melinda, that everything is nice and clear. I did have a sort of pause for a little bit on Facebook when I was over there pinning comments and things, and it was sort of fuzzy for about 2 seconds. Not heaps fuzzy, but then it was like clicked over. Sunny. Oh, lovely. So here in South Australia, we kind of get a mixture of, it's either north from, the Northern Territory down, so we get the heat and the dry, or we get from the south, from the Antarctica up. Don't seem to get so much Western Australia because of where Adelaide is. It's like we've got two peninsulas before us, so it kind of, the weather kind of putters out before it gets to us from your end. But nice to know we might actually have some sunny weather coming. That would be good. Woo-wee. This lovely collective reading for everybody. It's for the 25th of July through to the 31st So the last day of the month is next Friday. Oh, gosh. Here we go. And now we begin. How has your week been, my dears? Did you cope well with moving out of Mercury retrograde and changing over to the Leo season and all that sort of jazz? Oh, we've got a full moon coming up next week. Next week, Wednesday. Full moons and new moons always sort of have a bit of an influence on the cards too, so that's always a bit fun. All right, let's have a look at these. Oh, we're moving some energy already. That's fabulous. Apparently, I have to bring in one more card, but from a different deck. So there we go. Whatever that one is. Okay. Coolio. Alrighty. So let's have a look at this reading. Again, it's for the collective for the 25th to the 31st of July. So this very last week of July, we've got the full moon on Wednesday, so be aware of that. So Monday, Tuesday, you're in shadow period. Then you've got Wednesday as your full moon, and Thursday, Friday is also your shadow period. So most of the week is sort of full moonish, but Wednesday will really kick up. So be aware out on the roads, because people are quite often crazy on the roads on a Wednesday. Not just on a Wednesday, but on a full moon. So be very aware out there if you happen to be driving, and especially at nighttime, things can get a little bit crazy. All right, so the first card that we've got for the week is Coral, which is allow flow and synchronicity into your life. So often we try to control and manipulate situations so that they will go the way we think they should go. Now, the funny thing is that when we think we should do anything, thinking is thinking, okay? So you're better off just to give yourself a little challenge this week of just go with the flow and just see what comes through. Give yourself a little bit of a challenge with that one this week. And with that, just allowing, try not to control other people and their thought processes or what you perceive their points of views might be. Because again, that's all about control of someone else. The only person you can truly control is yourself. And so come back to heart and go back into the synchronicity. All right. If you wish to have any check with it, you check in with your higher self. Check in with your higher self and go, hey, so, and you can do things like I do several different methods. I use my body like a pendulum. I use my light and heavy tools. So it's like, I'll say, truth, what will it create if I do blah, blah, blah? Truth, what will it create if I don't do blah, blah, blah? That's another check. And I watch for which one feels lightest. And then I've got a third internal check system. And all of that helps me to be very much in the flow so that I can not be trying to control and manipulate anybody else. Quite honestly, if you are feeling like you have to be a control freak, that's more of a sign that you're in survival mode. And that's a really good sign that you have to come back to heart and maybe do a little bit of healing around that, or maybe a lot of bit of healing. You might be wishing to start investigating something called polyvagal theory. and also trauma bonding. That'll be a really good tip. Okay. So if you're not allowing flow and you're not in the synchronicities and you're always looking for the bad in things rather than the good, like this is a good card for you. Even that color, focus on that color and you'll find that things will feel a lot better. If you are in your flow and you're allowing the synchronicities into your life, gold is the next color card, which is attract abundance. Okay, so if you, as I said, if you allow that flow and that abundance and the synchronicities, you start seeing them, you see the numbers, or you see the signs. Like you might be thinking about a certain thing and then you'll see a number plate with the perfect signal on there. I'll give you an example of that one. I was having some concerns at a particular time in my life around finances. And my granddad, who has passed, he quite often will leave me like little bits of money here and there. And this particular day I was driving along and next thing you know, I see pulled up next to me is a car that had Savage Financial Consultants. And my granddad's last name was Savage. So I was like, okay, Granddad, I see you. Thank you. It was kind of like, just look at it. Be methodical. You'll be fine. Everything will be fine. So that's one of those synchronicities. It's the signs, the synchronicities. Watch out for it. Watch for the numbers. If you don't know about Grabovoi, I got it. Grabovoi numbers, Google that. There's actually heaps of Grabovoi numbers on Spotify. And there's loads and loads of different ways of helping you to tap the system, so to speak, the metaphorical system, to attract more abundance, or to attract an abundance of health or finances or love or whatever it might be. Okay. Which leads us on to our third card for the collective this week is pink, which is let love in. All right. So full moon energy is very big energy because the moon is just so in your face, right? It shines a big, big light on all of the areas of your life where you might not be letting love in. Okay, so be aware of that this week. If things feel a little clunky or you're having like a bit of a moment with someone else that you know, and it's like, say, a family member or a workmate or something like that, pause for a moment and go, where am I preventing love from flowing here? And you might kind of go, why would I want to be flowing with love for my workmate? Well, if you didn't, what else is there? Yeah, it's the opposite of love. So what if you did let love flow for your workmate? What might happen? What abundance might you be able to create together? That's an interesting question, right? Now, of course, you can't control what the other person's going to do or say, and if they're being a right twat, you can't help that. But you can help your reaction or responses to them. Okay? Now, this is the cool card that came out. So that all the cards from the first deck are from The Secret Language of Color Cards by Ina Segal. And this card is also from Ina Segal and is from the Secret Language of Your Soul deck. And this one is Rediscover Source, Come Home and Come Alive. All right. So many of us have spent a long time being disconnected from ourselves. And now is the time. There has been some really big timeline shifts this year. There's been a few other things that have happened, like a little bit of a quietening of the irritation amongst the collective, and that is, from my awareness, is due to that lovely big machine up in Europe, I think it is, that has been turned off for now. The one where they're trying to create the God particle. So there's a quietening for us sensitive ones around that, which is also helping us to reconnect to source. It's helping us to reconnect to our higher selves and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so please come back to self. Keep connecting with your team, connecting with your body. You can even do it really simply by breathing and being really intentional by doing 3 breaths, just 3. And when you breathe in, you go and breathe out. When you breathe in the next time, breathe in, bring Mother Earth energy all the way up. When you breathe out, bring Father Sky energy all the way down. And finally, Mother Earth energy and the unconditional love from Mother Earth all the way up from you through your body as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring down Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone. That little moment, those 3 breaths, that's all it takes. And you can do that anywhere. You don't have to close your eyes. You can if you want to. But that will help you reconnect with Source. It'll help you to, just land back in your body safely. All right. So there we go. Now let's have a look at our final card for the collective. Our yummy card for this week. We've got support as our yummy card. Okay. So this week, if you're struggling, please don't be egotistical or a martyr or anything else like that. Reach out. Ask somebody for support. Ask the most appropriate person for support. Sometimes, and I'm sure many of my lovely lady viewers will agree, that sometimes support comes in the form of somebody who's just willing to listen. Not necessarily offer a solution, because more often than not, we can talk it through, and in the talking of it, we manage to figure out what the solution will be for ourselves. So that support could be just having the appropriate person who will actually listen and not try to dominate or devalue or demean or deflect or all the other D words. So yeah, support. All right. It might be a little bit of a rough week with that full moon being in there. I find full moons make me quite drowsy, a little bit low in energy. So just be aware of that. Be aware, check in with yourself. Okay. So lovely, lovely, lovely. That's the reading for the collective for the week. We'll see where we go for the rest of the reading as to what our meditation will be tonight. Interesting times. So how has your week been? My week has been very good indeed. I did find Thursday, I did find it pretty tough going getting through yesterday. My energy levels were a little bit low, but I still did it. Still did the day, and had some really lovely interactions. But yeah, it was a tough day yesterday, and then today has been an absolutely splendid day. So happy days. Ran a very intense body process today. In-person body process. There was a lot that went on with that one. So if tonight is not a super long episode, that'll be why. I feel invigorated from it, but at the same time, it's the acknowledgement that there was a hell of a lot of energy that flowed with that particular body process. So yay. It was good to contribute to them though, and allow them the freedom of not having a lot of really heavy stuck energies within their body anymore. So for those of you who don't know, that's something that I do. I love my body work, my energetic body work. So yeah, some things I can do online as well, which is really cool. And of course, if you wish to find out what else I can do, there's craftingpossibilities.com. That's where you can find all of that out. That's why it's on the screen, so you can find it. Now, Tamara, my dear, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. What would be your question this week? Let's find out what cards your team would like to play with. You're so quick, so onto it. You've got it ready and rearing to go. Love it. How did you go last week, Tamara? I know you had a bit of stuff happening, moving through. Some of you might know I live very near an airport. So, well, it's an airport base for the military, and they've had a lot of aeroplanes going over today. So I don't know what they're up to. Something's on the move. Moving energies. Ooh. Interesting. Right, we're up to reading time. Okie dokie. So the cards that have decided to come and play with you today are the Fairy Blessing cards. I do love these cards. They are very gorgeous. Sorry, just the aeroplane. All right. It was a pretty good week. Released my first 3-day challenge. Fantastic. We'll run it next week, so it should be an interesting week. Yay! That's exciting, Tamara. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yay. What sort of challenge is it, my darling? Do you mind telling us? Because if people would like to know more, then maybe they can contact you or pop over to your page. And I really don't mind you, like, obviously with my permission, to say, yeah, put it in the comments or put a link to it or something. Like, you're more than welcome to after I've finished reading, and then you can put it in there for us. That would be really cool. All right. So your first card is a blessing from a fairy determined to help you. The fairy gift of alliance and care from the realm of enchantment. A blessing from the Fae for when you feel there may be no one there for you. She is there. Worried is her beautiful face as she wanders a wondering of the right way to help you. She is concerned and ready to consult the Book of Magic, the true Book of Magic, nature, for ways in which to assist you and care for you. But perhaps the greatest gift from this fairy blessing is the sense that you are cared for by the world beyond humans. Just that sense that you are considered, that the magical world concerns itself with you, is working to assist you in any time of need, can bring about great changes in your life. Beyond the human, there are allies, and you have one in this learned fairy who is earnestly considering what would be the best to do for you. So send a wish to her and let her know of what it would do for you, or what it is you desire. And when you do, know that this is a great gift, a golden blessing, which will allow a solution to be found. For the fairies are ingenious and so long lived that they've seen many things and remembered them all. Now you have an ally, a fairy friend, and you no longer need to feel alone in a world that is more concerned with rush and hurry than it is in its people. For you are loved, dear one, a blessing to you of a fairy ally friend. All right. So perhaps this beautiful fairy can assist you with your new offering, which is called She Rises from Survival Mode to Self-Discovery. Love that. Absolutely love that. All right. So that's your first one. The fairies are there to help you. Here's your next one. So it was, if you notice, it's a very earthy surrounding on that one, sort of like a browny color around the edge. And the reason why I bring that up is because the next two cards have kind of like a bluey one on it, and then the next one has a very pale brown. So it's kind of like you've got earth, and then you've got sort of throat and lighter sort of colors through here, and then sort of back down to the earthy colors again. All right. So your next card is a blessing of the wild within. Hello, Amanda. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you for joining us over on YouTube. The fairy gift of the untamed heart. Within you is a wild place, a place that is pure and untouched by conditioning and should nots. It is this place, the fairy blessing of the wild within comes and rests and takes root within you this day. This fairy blessing is calling back to your wild self, to the self that has been shaped and pummeled by the forces of family and culture and manner and jobs and timetables and by all the things in the human world that can cage us. And so the Fae offer you this shining blessing, which returns you for a moment to your own wild within, so you can remember what it felt like to be natural, to be unthinking, uncensored, and to be innocent and dancing, to move when called to have that primal, instinctual self take hold when fly with you. When this blessing comes, let the wild within flow all the way through you and find the places and spaces in your life to allow the wild within to have its moment. Dance without fear of judgment. Speak words falling like waterfalls from your lips. Sing and use the voice the great gift of nature has offered you. And never feel awkward or strange or like you do not fit in. Instead, knowing you are a deep part of all that is around you, and that somehow, By your very presence, you ignite a little of that wild within every soul you meet. May the blessings of the wild within offer you a return to the natural, most innate parts of you, and let them rise and dance and sing and be loving towards all. Let the untamed heart of you, all that is about you, and bring you back to that deep sense of belonging to earth and the stars. Blessings of the fairy gift of the wild within to you, friend. All right. So the wild within, as you know, when we are young and before we have been completely tamed by society, parents, blah, 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 we are a little bit wild. We are a little bit feral. And this is that energy. It's asking you to tap into that untamed part of you, that curious part of you. And I think, that self-discovery 3-day challenge that you're doing is a perfect example of how this is going to show up in your world over this next week, right? So it's a case of leaning into that wild within and discover exactly what she looks like. Because the fairies are helping you with that too. They can be a bit mischievous sometimes, as you know. So that's sort of the wilder part, the more, what I would call the fire part. And then you're going to round this out. It's almost like this week you're going to have that kind of like raw part of it. Then it's going to start maturing this week. Okay. So we have a blessing of the butterfly queen. The fairy gift of graceful change and transfiguration. To you is granted the fairy gift of transformation and change. Your life is re-becoming, and all obstacles will be broken through until you take flight into the life you have recreated so courageously. The fairies are gifting you with all that you require to move through a time of great expansion, change, growth, and tumult with integrity, grace, and tenacity. Your time to be reborn is approaching. The butterfly queen will be with you as you transform and reshape your life. As you change, even as you struggle at times, you will inspire and grow and rework your life in magical ways. The ancient caretakers of the planet are the Fae, and their presence will be with you as you transform. You have beauty, and your presence will be bright and joyful, bringing so much to others, but most of all, bringing a deep contentment and fulfillment to yourself. Focus on all you wish to see and grow and become more at this time, and know with great and firm conviction that you are blessed, beloved, and precious human child. Okay. So like I said, there's a real maturing energy flowing a bit later through the full moon. I'm getting this is more full moon, so Wednesday-ish energy. There'll be there'll be a lot of very raw energy to start off with at the start of the week, and this will be more of a maturing of those emotions and energies, and like I said, that transformation. And towards the end of the week, I think you're going to be just taking some lovely, really big, deep breaths. Okay, and we have a blessing of stillness. The fairy gift of pause, calm, and an opportunity to be tranquil. It is the moment, the one long moment before all other moments with their cares and responsibilities gather around you. Let the fairies give you their gift of time, their blessing of the long moment to gather about you and pause within, while you cease observing the rush and the hurry and the endless pressing things that must be done. Pause now. Let them take you within, either within your own self, to the place that you have nurtured there, the grove within, or to the grove, the sea, the lake, or the river, the tree, or the garden, the fireplace, or the rocking chair, and be still a while, human child. And in this space, let calm return. Let peace quietly sit beside you and talk to you of how much there is to be glad for. Let an old friendship reignite, the one between you and your soul. And for these long moments between all the other moments, let yourself be taken into that world between worlds and be still. And when you return, there'll be great presence to you, and you will be restored to your own center once again. So like I said, looking at the colors, we've got this lovely browny kind of color, which is to me very grounding. So spend some time, if you can, maybe on Thursday or Friday, out in nature. Go for a lovely walk, sit with the trees, and just drop down into the earth and enjoy that feeling of stillness and calmness. Okay. Let's have a look at your Yami card. Oh, hang on a minute. There's one more calling. Where are you? One more. So you got lots and lots of fairy help this week. But this one has been calling out since card number 3. So I best be honouring that, or otherwise I might get in trouble. Oh dear. They are funny. Especially with the cards that are asking to come through. What are you? Who are you? This one? Let me see. Ooh, okay. Interesting. There was gold in the weekly reading for the collective. So you got a dragon. Okay, this is the dragon of discipline. This dragon of golden light, hence the reason why I went, oh, gold. Interesting. Sits at the entrance of a cave, waves and storm crashing about him, trying to toss him to and fro, but he is immovable. He has done this countless times, no matter the conditions. So when things get difficult, he is ready. This dragon appears when you too need to add more discipline to your life. This will help you to continue when things get harder or out of focus. Don't start everything at once. Just begin with the smallest task and make sure you practice it day after day. Then add the next. Discipline is built in layers until nothing can break you. This dragon will help you build yours. So there's a practice that you've been a little bit haphazard with, that this is where the discipline is coming in. Maybe it's breath work, maybe it's meditation, maybe it is a form of meditation that you've kind of just dabbled with that is asking to be a more regular feature. Maybe it's getting out in nature a lot more, like maybe instead of once or twice a week, it's like maybe every second day. There's something in there that is nature based. I'm getting a heavier hit on that this dragon is sort of saying, hey, please, can you be more disciplined with that and more regular? Because it's something that you haven't really done much in the past, but it's something that's really asking to hit now, because it's really going to help you this week, particularly with your new offering. When I was saying about getting out in nature, that's really, really big hit there. So please get out in nature, take those big deep breaths and breathe in the fresh oxygen. from the trees and the bush and all that sort of stuff. Okay. So yeah, I'm not great with the discipline. Well, that will be why he came through. So there we go. And it doesn't have to be really big things. Like it's just being, it's not like he's asking for every single day. It's more of a more regular, you know, several times a week rather than haphazard. Alrighty, so thank you so much, Tamara. Thank you for your very kind donation. I'm so grateful for you every week. I'm so grateful for you and your continued support. I am thrilled to bits to have you here. Thank you again. Thank you. Alrighty. Hey, Melinda. Melinda. Oh, your yummy card. Oh, you're quite right, Tamara. Quite right. What is your yummy card? See, the dragon distracted me. Discipline. See? Oh, interesting. Melinda, what's your question? All right, Tamara, your yummy card is forgiveness. So I went, oh, that's interesting. Throughout your course, this is going to be your new offering. This is going to be a very big space of it. It's not about forgiving necessarily. I mean, yes, there is an element of forgiveness of other people, especially traumatic situations, which is obviously not about forgetting what they have done. It's about helping you to lighten your load. The other part of this forgiveness card that is asking for you to know and remember this week is to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and teach that to others, how to forgive themselves for being in whatever situation they have found themselves in, which has meant that they have been in survival mode. Okay? So forgiveness. A lot of people struggle with that. So it's important to remember it's not about condoning the actions of another person. It's about releasing you from carrying that heavy energy. Okay. Miss Melinda. So yes, thank you, Tamara. I'm sorry I forgot your your yummy card. Oh, jeepers. Miss Melinda, what is your question, please, for this week? I would like to know. Lovely but jubbly. It's a free 3-day challenge that leads into my 8-week program Homecoming, which supports my 12-month program Unleashed. Forgiveness is perfect. Yes, love it. If you have, honestly, Tamara, if you have a link in your to it so that people can find you, unless you've just got it up on your personal page there, please put it in the chat, because I would love to be able to support you. All of this work is really valuable, and I am just so grateful that we are able to and being able to contribute a little bit of energy towards that. So maybe those who are watching will be able to, and particularly over on Facebook land, will be able to find you and join in on the challenge. That would be amazing. Right, Melinda. Interesting. It has been a little while since we played with Melinda's team. You're welcome, Tamara. You've done the hard work putting all this stuff together. It's an honor to be able to support a fellow healer out there, you know. Yes, it has been a little while. Okay, so also given that it is the full moon on Wednesday, we got sensitivity for you. And so it says you're extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. Thank you, Tamara. That is so cool. I'm really, really grateful for you. Align to Divine is Tamara's business name. So if you would like to check out her 3-day challenge and maybe move through that with her, highly recommend that you do so. If you've found yourself in the survival mode, as many of us have over the years, it's a good time to work on that. All right, so sensitivity, my dear Melinda. Your body is going to be speaking to you a little bit louder this week. Pay attention to it and allow her to tell you exactly what she requires. Okay. It might be a good time to, because I'm still getting a lot of like you're just trying to push through and like coming home feeling really exhausted at the end of the day. I am getting a sense of what your body really requires is for you to have planned like a nice special date for yourself, as in something really nice and nurturing and yummy to do just for you, just for fun, just for you, something yummy or comforting or something like that. Like what I was really getting was a really soft, cozy blanket and watching a one of those cheesy chick flicks that kind of make you laugh, that always have that moment of like, oh no, there's a tragedy, and then oh yay, everything's happy and good again. Something like that. Something that might make you cry a little bit, might make you laugh a little bit, but leaves you feeling really good. Something, and just plan it out a little bit so that it gives your body something to look forward to instead of just going, oh God, off to work, blah, 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 at work, oh God, gotta go home, get da 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 done, and then bed, rinse, repeat. What I'm getting is there's something special that you require to do for you, especially leading into the full moon. There's like be a little bit more aware of what you might require. Apparently, you've got to continue to clear your space. It says, get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. So definitely have that on your plans, perhaps over the weekend. Do a little bit more if you can. And even just a little, just do like one shelf. And that might be enough for now, or maybe even get things started, or whatever it might be. That's clearing some energy. So yes, continue clearing up your space. Full moon. We've got life review. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. Okay. So whatever it is in your shoulders that is proving to be unbalanced there, do a little bit of investigating. Get out your inner cigar book, have a look. What does the shoulders say? Follow the process through. So you go from there over and over and over. Okay. As in whatever it says, what other emotions to work with, and then you can work with colors and all of that sort of stuff. Okay. So life review, something for you to ponder, journal about perhaps. Yeah, there's a little bit of that going on. It's an encouragement. It's just a suggestion. Okay. All right. And just because your team, much like mine, has a wicked sense of humor, passion is your last card. And it says, trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. Your team. So funny. So anybody else looking at that will go, well, that's a good card, isn't it? It's like, yes, of course it is. Of course it is. So just be aware of where you're sensitive, clearing a little bit more room, just a little bit, just do a bit more. And with that clearing, you'll actually get really clear on what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And then you'll be able to embrace the passionate side of you, your healing side a little bit more. Wow, I just realized there was something I have to do this weekend for us, for our book club. So yes, passion in reading, passion in your healing, passion in your work with spirit and energies and all of that sort of stuff. Okay. Don't forget about it. Oh, Melinda, your yummy card is joyous. Be joyous this week and keep coming back to joyous. So when things get kind of a bit drudgery, come back to the joy, come back to the feeling of just what it is that lights you up. You know you've got Missy there and all, but come back to the lightness. So come back and find those things that make you laugh this week. I feel like there's a lot of heaviness in your heart at the minute, and it's not moving through very quickly this time. So support and nurture yourself. Okay, keep those good vibes flowing. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you. Mwah. Happy days. Okie dokie. I do love being able to work with Melinda's team. I don't know what that was, but thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wish I could show you guys this ring, but I don't think you'll be able to see it very well. But I'll try. There we go. Isn't it cool? It's got triquetras on either side and above. And then it's got like a really pretty stone. And it's kind of like a color shifting stone. It's probably just costume jewelry. In fact, I'm very certain it is. But I should have got it the size down because it only fits on this finger or this thumb. So we all need rings that fit on all fingers, don't we? But there we go. So yes. And then I was also gifted this beautiful piece this week. Isn't it cool? I'm not sure if you can see what it is, but it's actually the mask of King Tutankhamun. So we've got a bit of Egyptian energy floating around. And it's solid silver, handmade solid silver from Egypt. How did I get so lucky? I don't know, but it's pretty special. Alrighty. Ready to do some poetry? I think that might be fun. Fun to do some poetry today. Okie dokie. So we're going to do the expanding out tool first, as we always do. And then we'll come back and we'll do some poetry, intuitive poetry reading. And of course, for those of you who don't know, this is where you will get to pick your number after we do the expanding out tool. I encourage you, while I'm speaking right now, to come up with a question. I would love it if you would put it in the chat if you have a specific question. If it's more of a just kind of like a general thing, just give me a thumbs up in the chat below if you just want a general sort of like pulling something out of the air. What is it, something that is resonating for you at the minute? Otherwise, a proper question, and pop that in the chat, and then we'll do the expanding out. I am going to write down my own question. Okay. Okay. Cool. Are we ready? I've written my question down. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So, again, this poetry book was, all these poems in here were written by me, by moi. Yes, you can get it on Amazon. I also have a few copies here, so if you do wish to get one from or through me, you can. Hi, Monique. Thank you for joining us. So good to have you here. And this is one of those moments where we get to work in directly together. And so we'll do the expanding out, then you'll get to choose your number. And if you've got a question, just like Monique's popped up on there, then we'll be able to get the answer to the question through the poetry book. And no, you do not have to have read the poetry book, because this is how the wondrous thing of working in the metaphysical world works and being part of the collective. So this here, weirdly enough, your being, your body knows exactly what's in here. Okay, even if you've never even seen this before. And that's pretty cool. So let me just do a quick check to see what that was. It's nothing. Cool. Well, not nothing. Something I can deal with later. All right. All right, everybody close your eyes. Oh, hi, Steve. Close your eyes. Take a big deep breath in. Breathing out. Breathing in, bring Mother Earth energy all the way up through your body. Breathing out, bring Father Sky energy all the way down. Breathing in, bring Mother Earth and the unconditional love all the way up. Bring Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone all the way down. Become aware of your body. Become aware of your cells and your molecules. Become aware all the way down to the atomic level where you can see the protons and the neutrons zooming around the nuclei. And take a moment to look around. And you'll notice that your body is indeed 99.999% space. And nothing is stuck or stagnant. Absolutely nothing. Even the cells which appear to be dying, their energy is now being transmogrified into something else. Expanding out your awareness in a big bubble all around you, up into the sky and down into the earth. Expanding out your awareness beyond the size of the building that you're in, beyond the size of the country, beyond the size of the planet. Expanding out your awareness beyond the size of the solar system, beyond the size of the galaxies, and beyond the size of the universes. Beautiful. Leaving your awareness nice and expanded out like that. Focus on your body once more. And it's okay if you're feeling a little bit of tension across your forehead or around the temple area. It's okay. That's very normal. It will be relieved shortly. As you focus on your body once more, grab your sense of allowance. And if you've never done this before, it's okay. Just follow along. Your being knows what to do. As you expand out your sense of allowance, it gives you the ability to perceive, know, be, and receive the energies around you from no point of view. So you don't get caught up in it. It takes you from being like a little pebble at the bottom of a raging river of everybody else's thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And it turns you into a nice, big, fluffy cloud floating along. And you see that river of everybody else's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and you see it for exactly what it is. It's just energy. It's not good or bad. It's just energy. And from this spacious place of being the nice, big, fluffy cloud, you get to make that choice as to whether you buy into that energy of that raging river of everybody else's stuff, or just float on by and just let it be. Personally, I prefer to just float on by. So let's expand out our allowance. Expanding out in a nice big bubble all around you. Up into the sky, down into the earth. Expanding out your allowance, out beyond the size of the building, beyond the size of the planet, beyond the size of the solar system, beyond the size of the galaxies and the universes, and expanding out beyond the size of your awareness. Take a big, deep breath in and out. And with your question in mind, truth. What number between and including 1 and 88 will best answer your question? Put that number in the chat now, please. All righty. Kidoki. So back up to your question, Monique. And then your poem. What does Spirit want me to know about showing up as my best self over the coming week, including strengths I should trust, the fears I should release, and the qualities I should lean into? Wow, what a big question. Wow. Love it. So let's see what your poem has to say. It says, reborn. With each trouble and problem, even before I knew you existed, was bringing me closer to you. My life has had much heartache, as has yours, and through our hurt, we've learnt to be wary. However, when two souls connect, nothing can hold them back. The restrictions we put upon our hearts are wiped away with one single tear, to be replaced with undeniable trust. Souls and bodies connecting to become a brand new life. So what I was getting out of that in relation to your question was, you know what you fear, and yes, you can release that. It is but a choice. The undeniable trust in yourself is what is asking to be reinvigorated, because you have had times in your life where you've trusted yourself without a shadow of a doubt, and now is the time to not necessarily revisit that, because we can kind of revisit but not, but bring that energy through, like I was saying earlier about when we're young and we have that wild aspect of us that just isn't so fearful of climbing up a tree or going down a really steep slope on our bikes or anything like that. We don't have that part of us that goes, this might be dangerous and it could break my arm. We're challenging ourselves all the time. So the fears that you can release are the ones that are holding you back, obviously. And what I'm getting with this one as it's coming through now is there's a fear of openly expressing your intuitive skills. And there's a moment there of like going, am I good enough? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. It doesn't matter what stage you're at, because whatever stage you're at, you are going to resonate for someone who is seeking, someone who is requiring your voice, your style of message, right? So I'll give you an example of that. When I was doing a psychic fair, mind body psychic, and I was running body processes in a stall with two other ladies, and actually was there three. I think there might have actually been 4 of us doing it on this particular time. Now, each one of us has a completely different energy, right? We've each got a different voice, a different set of experiences. And you would see people walk past, and for whatever reason, they chose one particular person over another, even if all of us were free. And it's the knowing that the reason why they chose that person over me or me over that person is because the energies that each of us have is what the other person required to connect. Okay? So trust yourself and your intuition. Trust in what you have, the gifts you have to give to the world. Because there's so many people out there at the moment that are waking up, their blinders are coming off, and they require people just like you to help them to go, I'm not going fucking crazy. So yes, lean into that. You have an incredible way with words, so lean into that too. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for coming to play. My heart is just like, whoa. Excellent. Thank you so much, Monique. Okay. We've got a little bit. This is a number 3. Okay. And thank you for subscribing. That's really awesome. I'm so grateful. And here is your freebie. It is called, so this poem is called Insecure. Some people are so insecure within themselves that they feel they have a duty to bring everyone else down around them. These people should learn to overcome their problems within and find the better person inside, and then think about the people around them who have suffered because of the negative attitude which has been forced upon them. Once the negative attitude has been replaced, these people may find they have an easier life in which they have success in business and in their relationships. So a little bit, what I was getting here is someone in your life has activated this anxious element in you, and that doesn't necessarily make them wrong. It's just information, right? So have a look at what that means to you. How is this showing up? How is this? It doesn't mean that you've got anxiety. It means that you have an anxious attachment style. I don't know if you know about attachment styles, but that could be something that you may wish to have a look at. There is a book. Here it is. I would highly recommend you get this book. It's called Attached by Dr. Amir Levine and Rachel Hallier. Okay. Now, in this book, you will learn all about attachment styles and also learn about how to become more securely attached. And of course, anything like that is takes practice. It takes a lot of honesty, self-honesty. But if you start to learn how your body and brain functions, you'll find yourself in far fewer moments of feeling insecure. You may end up on a bit of a deep dive into your childhood and finding out why, like how this got developed. We are not born insecure. It is something that we develop over time through, interactions with other people. So with this, I highly recommend that you get that book, Attached. It is a great book. It was part of my learnings when I was moving out of being in survival mode. That book I read 3 years ago, I think it was, maybe even a little bit longer than that. And it really gave me a huge amount of information into how people work and how they activate each other, and how like a avoidant person can activate an anxious person, and how often those two types end up together, even though it's a terrible combination. So what I would just suggest to you is be gentle with yourself and take note of who around you this week lights you up, who makes you feel good, who makes you feel like you matter. Who helps to make you feel like you matter in the world. Okay? Because those are your people. And I know that's a tough one, because sometimes people that you've had in your world for a really long time, and sometimes it's even family, are the ones that are contributing to this anxiousness. And it's just because we've chosen pathways that worked for them, but they no longer work for us. So thank you. Thank you for your vulnerability and being here and choosing. And thank you for working with me tonight, because it's not always easy to come into a platform like this. So thank you. Highly recommend that book for you. Okay. It's a beautiful, amazing story. And that gives lots of really good examples and how it shows up, how the different styles show up for you. Okay. Mwah. Thank you. Melinda, she wished to have a general question, please. Or a general one. Melinda, you've got one of my favorite poems lately. Not today, though. Mine was different today. All right. Paths and fate. After all these years, could it be so? Could I still be in love? The ache in my heart says yes. The voices around me say it would be a mistake, but then I've always made my own way. I have loved another so completely, but still, I love you. We have both grown in our feelings, minds, and wisdom, and once again our paths have crossed. This time, I think, we need to do something to put my heart at ease. Fate is trying its hardest to push us together, and sometimes it's best to flow freely with fate. I have come to a place of peace in my life, of understanding and of patience, and I feel that you have too. This may be a sign that at last we are ready for each other, and this world and the people in it are ready for us. So Melinda, with this one for you, what I was getting is, don't give up. Don't give up just yet. There is definitely another love happening for you. I know we've been feeling this for a while now. And yet it still feels that it is absolutely on its way. This is definitely about another person this time. This is not necessarily about just you and you finding you. This is very much about this next person who's going to put your mind at ease, who is going to allow you to flow freely, who's going to have you come to that place of peace within you. And there's an element of patience as well. with them, like they will have patience for you as much as you will have patience for them. And you are ready. You are ready now. So enjoy that. And I wonder who's going to pop through your world perhaps this week that will be in alignment with this. And it might be it's a budding friendship to start off with that will then turn into something a little bit more later on. So watch out for that this week. Who knows? I look forward to where this may lead you, but interesting times. There's a lot of good energies flowing around right now, so maybe some of them are coming your way. Oh dear. Thank you. Yes. Terry, hello. Hi. Lots of love, light and healing and abundance and great things to us all lovelies. Yes, I absolutely agree. Now, Terry, if you like to expand out, please expand out your awareness. You've done this with me a few times, so I'm just going to do it quickly for you. Expand out your awareness beyond the universes. Take a big deep breath in. Breathing out, expanding out your allowance beyond your awareness. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. Now, what number between and including 1 and 88 will best resonate for you this week to come, Terry? Pop that number in the chat below and I'll do your poem for you too. Melinda, ooh, interesting. Watch this space and grab some popcorn. I will. Thank you. All right. And Mr. B. Barry. 27. Okay. Dreams for you. As I lay down for another night, I close my eyes and fall into the abyss of sleep. There we can be together, together in friendship, together in love, together in touch. To someone watching me sleep, I'm smiling, for at this moment I'm with my one true love. So I'm going to read the blurb at the bottom. That really was a beautiful summer for me. Although I missed him dearly, we spoke on the phone often and wrote when we could. My brothers teased me continuously for being in love, and I really didn't care. He was lovely, and I knew it. So whoever this is that you are in love with, enjoy it. Enjoy the feeling. Enjoy the lightness and the brightness with it. And clearly you're having lovely dreams about her as well. And that's something to be nourished and nurtured along for a long time to come. So enjoy that one. That's a really lovely poem. I haven't read that poem in a very long time, so thank you. Thank you for bringing that through. I very much appreciate it. All righty. 77, Terry. Let's have a look. I don't feel like I've read that one for a while either. Ooh. Patience, my girl. If he is supposed to be yours, then he will be. You have made the connection over distance already. He loves you with all of his heart, soul, and body. He will do almost anything to talk and be with you. So he has some things he needs to sort. You know, this year is about patience. This is another instance, another lesson. Breathe. Feel the love and the warmth because it is true. Trust it. Trust in yourself. Trust what has been said before is true. Okay. So again, that theme of patience for you, but it's also about actively reaching out. Okay. So it's I get that this is actually in relation to a few different areas of your life where there's people that you've been waiting on messaging you, calling you, contacting you, because you wish to be wooed. but at the end of the day, it's more about encouraging you to reach out. This poem is saying, yes, have patience, but also I'm getting that sense of actively do things to keep the energy moving along. So this particular poem was written about a long distance relationship, right? So with that, we had to be real conscious and conscientious about reaching out to each other. So with this, it's like reach out to those people maybe on Monday now that we're out of Mercury retrograde, reach out to those people that you've been waiting, if you can't reach them over the weekend, for example, that you've been waiting to hear from. You make those first steps, okay? And that will bring you a little bit more action. And maybe go down to the pub for another meal. Who knows what you might find down there. Oh dear. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Love it. All right. Have I grabbed everybody now? I think I have. Fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. All right. Thank you, Terry. Mwah. I'm so grateful for you. Glad you could be here tonight. I was wondering where you were. I was like, oh, maybe she's gone out for the night. But no, there we are. You popped in. I love it. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Terry. I will bring you the book next time I see you. Okie dokie dokie. Let me just double check the funnel, make sure I haven't missed anything over there. Oh, good. Okay. All right. I was just tuning in to see where our meditation wishes us to go today. So let me just drop that out for now. Keep things simple for a bit. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so where we're going to go today is it's a question I get asked a little bit, not too terribly often, but every now and then it comes up, and it's how do I connect in with my spirit team, and how do I know who is in my spirit team? And as you know, I don't call them guides, because as soon as you put them as a guide, they're above you, and they are not above you. your awareness and your higher self is the most paramount point of authority in your life, not anybody or anything else. Okay? You are a direct link through your higher self and through your through the other parts of you that are distracted. And through your oversoul is the other word I was trying to find. Through your higher self and your oversoul into the collective consciousness, into the womb of the no thing, into the universe. Like, you are all a part of that. And so there is nobody that knows more about you and your life than you. The reason why we have people like me and other psychic readers and mediums and intuitives is because so often we have become disconnected from that section of us. And so that we lose trust, and also society is set up so that we don't trust ourselves and trust our own intuition and trust our knowing of our bodies, right? So the meditation tonight is going to be about putting your mind at ease and reconnecting you with your spirit team. And so that you can perhaps even, if we're quiet enough, have that moment of you starting to identify maybe a couple of members of your team. Now, your team can be made up of all sorts of different things, different beings. They can be, and that shifts and changes too, depending on what's going on in your life. So your spirit team can be family members that have passed over. It can be friends that have passed over. Occasionally, it might be the odd animal that has passed over. It can be people that you have connected with in other lifetimes, where you have, like, one of my my team, her name is Angel, and she's Asian. She's an Asian lass, and her and I connected back in China many hundreds of years ago, and we have this agreement that we will take care of each other, whether we come into a life embodied together, or if one of us is embodied, the other one will be part of their spirit team. So we have this agreement, and so we look after each other. And Angel was one of my very first spirit team members. So that's pretty special. And that, so you may have people like that. You may have very knowledgeable, learned ones in your team, people that are just an expert in their field. I have at times had doctors or lawyers in my team. Sometimes it's been a very strong spiritual healer. Every now and then I get the archangels popping up in there, and other deities. Part of my team for a few years has been Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene. They've been part of my team for several years now. They float in and float out, but they're there. So let us discover who's in yours. Now, you do not have to reveal that on here. That's absolutely fine. You can keep that knowledge for yourself. But if you do wish to share, I'd love to hear it at the end of the meditation. Okay? So once again, closing your eyes, taking a lovely, big, deep breath in. And a big breath out. Connecting in with Mother Earth, bringing in her energy all the way up through your body. And bringing Father Sky energy all the way down as you breathe out. Bring Mother Earth and the unconditional love all the way up. Bring Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone all the way down. Now we are going to head up to Theta to do this. So imagine that there is a beautiful, bright, white, opalescent light shining into your heart, moving down your body, through your legs, through your feet, into the center of Mother Earth. Curling around the center of Mother Earth and now moving all the way back up through all the crystalline layers, through your feet, through your legs, through your body, all the way up. Out the top of your head, creating a big bubble above your head. Now imagine that you're inside that bubble. And now you're floating up higher and higher. Beyond the golden light, beyond the rainbow jelly light clouds, beyond the pink misty clouds. And you'll see a big, big opening with bright white opalescent light shining through, streaming out of it. Move through that opening, please, until you're completely surrounded by the bright white opalescent light. It might feel like you're standing underneath the sun, and the sun's warm rays of unconditional love are shining down all over you. Please take a big deep breath in. And as you breathe out, the bubble around you dissolves. You are now surrounded by unconditional love. Literal unconditional love. There are no rules, no boundaries here. This love does not come with any caveats or conditions. It doesn't care what you did in your young days. It doesn't care what you did last week. It doesn't even care what you did 5 seconds ago. And it doesn't care what you'll do in the future. It is there for you to receive right here and right now. And on the theta plane, you have the ability to have unconditional love, healing, and you may even have instantaneous healing, depending on your point of view and your belief systems. You are the only one that prevents anything from happening in this space. Taking a big deep breath in, bringing that unconditional love that's all around you, and it's infinite. You cannot have too much. And breathing out. We call upon your spirit team now to step in and stand before you. And as they stand there, you can ask for them to step forward in turn, one at a time. That's it. So that you can see exactly who they are. And if you don't know them as a family member or a close friend or something like that, have a feel in your body. Do you know them as if they were a family member? Perhaps it's somebody from another lifetime that is coming through for you. How many are you seeing? remembering that that number is not necessarily a fixed number. This is how many you have for today. As you gaze into each of their eyes, how do you feel? Take a big deep breath in. Your ears may be ringing at the moment, and if that's the case, that is your team asking to talk to you. So sometimes when they're in this form, the information comes through as energy rather than words. So with your permission, you can ask them to download the energy communication to you so that you may understand and understand what they are asking to communicate with you. You may gain further awareness of what they were communicating through your dreams, or it might just kind of click into place in a random place, like while you're cooking the dinner or in the bathroom or driving or something like that. Fabulous. Now imagine that you are sitting in the lotus position and you're kind of like floating on a cloud. This cloud, of course, is unconditional love energy. It's, that beautiful opalescent, but it is the most comfiest cloud seat that you ever have imagined. Perfect balance. And we're going to ask your team to surround you now rather than just standing in front of you. And as they surround you with all that love from their hearts, that unconditional love from their hearts, is now going to start streaming towards your heart. And as it flows in through your body and flows up, and it starts to remove any blocks. All of this is happening with your permission, of course. If you're not comfortable with it, you do not have to receive it. These lovely energies that are coming through from your team are removing any blocks to you trusting your intuition, trusting yourself. And it is putting your mind at ease. It is allowing your ego the chance to just rest a little. Especially for those of us who are a little bit of a control freak, who are just trying to hold everything together out of a perceived obligation to everyone and everything else. So as that lovely energy continues to flow from all around you through into your heart space and up through your shoulders, your neck, your throat, it eliminates and eradicates any and all stuck energies from your jaw, your gums, your teeth, your tongue, your lips, your cheeks, your nose, your eyes, your ears, your forehead, your brain, your subconscious, and your conscious mind. Beautiful. And now we're going to flow that beautiful unconditional love energy that's coming through your team down your shoulders, over your arms, down your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, through your hands, so that you may receive and embrace your intuition and trust your intuition with every movement you make, everything you touch, whatever you create with your beautiful arms and your fingers. Now the energy moves down through your belly so that when you get those intuitive feelings in the base of your belly, you know, when they say trust your gut intuition, yes, trust your gut. And even further down, trust all of your reproductive organs, your energy centers at the base chakra. That is important information too. You know when somebody is coming into your space to use and abuse you, because the base chakra area of your body tells you. It reacts differently than it does with somebody who is there for your highest and best. That beautiful unconditional love energy from your team is moving down through your legs, through your knees, your shins, your calves, your ankles, through your feet, your very tippy toes. And that is where every step you make in trusting your intuition will make your journey forward so much easier. So much easier. So the team has helped you with that unconditional love to clear away any blocks to you having your intuition, embracing your intuition, and moving forward with your intuition with absolute ease. Beautiful. And as your team, one by one, start to drop their hands, that energy flows down and through your body. And as the energy leaves you, it doesn't leave a void. It's almost like it's filled you up even more with lots of unconditional love and holding space for you within you, reminding you that you are loved, you are adored, you are nurtured and nourished every single day by your team at the very, very least. Beautiful. It is done. It is done. It is done. Take another glance around. Look at your team. Acknowledge every single member of your team as it currently stands. Thank them wholeheartedly for everything that they have contributed today, everything they have contributed in the past, and everything they will contribute in the future. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Lovely. So with your heart full, your brain clear, your intuition fully flowing, and you having a face-to-face, one-to-one interaction with each of your current team, spirit team members, we say goodbye to your team. Thank you again with honor, respect, and reverence. Reverence. What a great word. Now we float down out of theta, feeling light and happy, knowing that wherever we are, whatever is happening, we are loved and cared for no matter what. Moving down through the pink misty clouds, down through the rainbow jelly light clouds, all the way back through to this present moment. And now imagine that you're standing underneath a big, beautiful crystalline waterfall, and the water is flowing over and through your body, just cleansing and clearing any other little energies required to go. Beautiful. And now stepping out onto the big warm river rock, where you feel Mother Earth underneath your feet, and warmed by Father Sky. Take a big deep breath in, and breathing out. Breathing in, bring Mother Earth energy all the way up. And breathing down, breathing out, Father Sky energy. Gratitude for everything and everyone. Beautiful. When you're ready, open your eyes. For self-care, please have a drink of water now, preferably with a bit of salt in it. If not Celtic, Himalayan is really good. This will help your brain settle after that beautiful energetic work. Lovely. And with that, I hope you enjoyed that meditation. I hope you feel more confident now in connecting with your team, and even just knowing who your team is. And even if you didn't quite see it this time, you can always revisit this meditation and do it again. And each time it takes practice and it's like a muscle. You have to work it a little bit, at least a little bit. And with that, you'll be able to tune in with so much more ease, and you'll keep developing your different senses and skills. So please get out there, do something tasty for yourself this week. Look after yourself, be kind to yourself, nurture, nourish, and care for yourself and for those around you. And until I see you next time, be bold, be brave,
be you, my beautiful friends. We'll see you very soon. Bye-bye for now.